Whispers the lies, the closer your eyes. The bird part, the tides, black rainbows for miles. Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, episode 124. Every one of those numbers doubles the previous one. That's a dumb little thing I noticed.
That's math.
My name is Matthew Keel. Alongside me are my bros. We'll start with Moose this week, at Svhenn on every social media platform he chooses to accept. How are you, sir?
Doing all right. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm good.
I'm great.
And then we've got Corey Dirick, Corey in HD 86, and if I remember correctly, celebrating another victory?
No.
No? Then okay, that must have been Thursday then.
No, we got crushed.
Yeah, I must still be thinking about last week.
Look, Baker Mayfield threw 3 interceptions in the first half, and then in the second half, he threw for 351 yards and a touchdown. I don't know. Tale two halves.
But only one score. So
well, it was we lost 29-14. Mm-hmm. And Baker Mayfield threw a pick 6, but our defense played well.
Okay.
Our defense played well.
All right.
So it was close. Closer than the score says it was.
Moose, you had a weekend.
Yes, I did have a weekend. It was good. It was a decent weekend.
Yeah.
What'd you do, Moose? Tell our friends.
Played nothing but Black Ops all weekend. So
that's not all you did. You went and saw a good metal band.
I did. I went and saw Ghost last night, which was freaking awesome. They were good. It was a
first day of Hanukkah. You were worshiping Satan, like you said you were.
Yes. Yeah. I was, Satan worshiping on the Sabbath. So it was good.
Would you say it was a Black Sabbath?
Yes, it was. But
see what you did there.
Yeah, it was a really good show. Oh, they
now Ghost has a pretty big catalog. How was the show? Was it predominantly new, or are they all over the place?
They mixed it all up, man.
Okay.
So if you think of their live album and you take out a couple songs here or there and sprinkle in some of their new stuff, you've pretty much got the set list.
Okay.
It was really, really good. They played all the songs that I wanted to hear, and even the songs that I didn't really, not necessarily, like I don't know them by heart. I just recognize them because they're on some of their other albums. Like it was awesome. Like there was no song that they played where I wasn't like, man, I wish they would have played this instead of this. So like they played everything that I wanted to hear. What I wanted to hear most was Year Zero, Square Hammer. They played both those. They did Circe, so I wanted to hear that, which was awesome. And then they did Mummy's Dust as well. And then they closed with Monstrance Clock. So that was awesome. Like I said, the whole show was awesome, but I got to hear what I wanted to hear. So it was good.
Okay. So we played the Vigi games here.
Just a smidge. We play them just a smidge, guys.
You know what Moose is not playing? His Switch.
My Switch, because it won't turn on. Motherfucking piece of shit. Sorry, listeners. I'm really mad. This is
3 days of frustration.
Yeah. Like, what did I send that Friday? I think I sent that picture. I came home and the screen was just orange. So like the screen was just like, because I went to go turn the TV on and hit the PlayStation 4, and I looked up to see if the PlayStation 4 was turning on, and the TV was turning on, because sometimes my TV and my PS4 don't sync. Like, I have it set up where if I hit the power button on the PS4 and it turns on, it wakes up the TV.
Mhm.
Lately, it hasn't been doing something. So I don't know what the heck's going on there. Anyway, so I look over and the screen on the Switch, I got like my PS4 on the corner, and then my Switch is like sideways facing towards the TV, and then I have the TV like, next to it. And so like, I just saw it like bright, like orange. It was like a not really like bright, like the screen was at its absolute brightest, but it was somewhat bright and annoying. So I like went over, was messing around with it, tried to turn it on, wouldn't turn on, like wasn't doing anything. So I turned it off, tried to power it back on, wouldn't do anything. And I powered it down like 2 or 3 times before it finally came on, and I was able to I tried to get into the system, wouldn't let me get into the system. Like, I could hit A or whatever like 3 times, and it would go in, and then it wasn't doing anything. I was like, what the fuck? So tonight, I was like, well, I'll kind of like mess around with it, before the show starts, because I didn't know when we were going to start. And I picked it out of the cradle and hit the power button, and it won't even power on. And so, and it's like sitting in the dock, and the dock is plugged in with Nintendo's charger, Nintendo's USB-C plug. Like, it's all powered up, it's all ready to go. And when I pop the Joy-Cons off, they turn on. So like they're ready to go. They're like, hey, I'm here for a good time, But
call me.
It's like, yeah. It's like 2 midgets.
Looks like it's an ex-girlfriend.
And it's like 2 midgets going into a wrestling match against Andre the Giant, and Andre the Giant just ain't showing up. They're like, what do we do? They're like, hey, what's going on?
Andre the Giant's out there. Hi, lady.
yeah. And so I don't know. So I'm gonna have to and now fucking Nintendo. Of course you're being fucking Nintendo. You go to Nintendo support, and they're like, contact us, email us, and then it's like, you got a list of problems. No, just give me a fucking email I can send something to and say, hey, fucktards, my Switch is not working. What do I do? Like,
it's Mr.
Maybe that's why they're not giving.
By the way,
God, they're fucking. It's like, oh, it's so frustrating. Anyways.
Well, I hope you get it sorted out.
So do I.
You can go to nintendo.com/support and click on repairs.
Right, yes. I know I can do that, and that's what I'm doing. But I want to ask them some questions before I initiate repairs, and it's just a pain in the ass. Like, you go to be like, describe your problem, and it's like, repair status not updating, check repair or order status, I need to set up a repair. So you go to set up a repair, and they're like, hey, we're gonna call you. It's like, well, I can't really call right now. Let me fucking email you.
You can go to chat or email.
I clicked on that, and it just takes you through a loop. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm like, I click on chat or email, and it takes me through a loop. I'm like, all right. Anyways, let's continue with the story.
Chat or email. So here's a set of problems. Is it in one of these?
Yeah, chat or email. Like, I want to talk to somebody. No, we can't. No, you can't talk to us. Nope, not allowed to talk to us. Oh, I just clicked on contact us, and it took me to a forbidden site. Look at that. You don't have permissions to access. They're like, fuck you and your Switch, buddy.
I feel like this is a different problem. Repair. Forbidden sites.
Yeah, so I'm clicking on chat.
I don't know.
And it's just, it's ridiculous. But anyways, let's move along.
Okay, so you're not playing your Switch,
right?
Did you now? And I know you said you played Black Ops 4 this weekend, correct?
A hell of a lot of Black Ops 4. I played nothing but Black Ops 4.
I also know that on last week's episode, you guys talked about streaming Destiny 2. Did that happen?
No. That did not happen on Friday night. I don't think I saw Corey. I don't think I saw Corey on. Were you on?
I was not on Friday. What was I doing?
Okay. I wonder if there's such a device where you could just communicate and say, maybe.
Listen.
Maybe. Oh, wait, look. I'm in a message chat with both of you.
listen, fuckhead. Okay, maybe he has baby issues.
Oh,
Okay,
I know.
maybe
I'm just
something's
messing
going on with the
around.
baby.
On Friday, no, last week at work, I worked like an insane amount of hours because somebody walked out and we had to cover. And then on
Jesus.
Friday after the baby went to bed, I was up for maybe 40 minutes after she went to bed. And I was like, I cannot keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
I've been there.
That
Well,
was
see, that's
that was
understandable.
literally all weekend because I was supposed to play last night with Jason and Riley was sick. And
Yeah.
like I was just like, I can't. I literally slept on the couch last night.
Which I'm very understanding of. So I was like, he's not on. I know he's probably either, he's got life problems. Not problems, but he's got stuff going on. So, like,
I got
whatever.
problems, man.
I got problems.
I got them problems.
So I just rolled with Black Ops.
Frustrated by stuff.
I even think me, Justin, Jeff, and Jason played some Black Ops Friday night. So I didn't stream it. Should have streamed it, but I didn't stream it.
Black Ops 4 is a solid Call of Duty, let me tell you.
How is the Black Ops Moose? You have fun with it?
I'm having a blast with it. I have some gripes with it here or there, but for the most part, it's a good shooter. Like, I prefer Battlefield over Call of Duty because Battlefield's more team-based and, like, teamwork and, like, collaboration. Like, Call of Duty's just, like, even when you're playing, so, like, the main 3 modes I played this weekend were Kill Confirm, Safeguard, and Blackout. Blackout is the Battle Royale. Played that, like, me, Jeff, Jason, and Justin played that. And then, like, Jeff and I got the furthest I've ever got. We got to 3rd place on Sunday. We probably would have got to first had I realized I was on I wasn't on an automatic assault rifle. So I was like, fuck. And by the time I realized I was on a non-automatic weapon, rifle, the guy was already putting bullets into me and I was dead. There's like nothing I could do because he just killed Jeff, and I started like shooting at him, and then like when I realized like I need to pull the trigger to get the for each bullet to go, like he was already turning around and like laying waste into me, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna beat his rate of fire for his weapon to like kill him, and so I died. But then he finished the match like 5 seconds later. He had to go outside and he like killed the dude and he won. So I mean, it wasn't like, we were pretty close to the end, and it was awesome. Like we picked a house to like just hang out in, and the circle just kept getting closer and closer around the house we were in. And we're like, awesome. So I had these things called like mesh mines. So you like shoot them against the wall, and they're just mines, and they have a laser thing that sticks out. So if something touches the laser, like they blow up. And so I put one across the front door, and then I put one on either side of the door. And instead of like, after I did it, I was like, fuck, I should have went in the spare room I was watching, put it underneath the window, like pointing out. So as soon as they crawled in the window and dropped on the floor, it would have blew up, and we would have known they were in there at least. But this is like maybe a second day of playing Blackout. So like, and and Jeff and I were constantly going back, like, they're like, I don't even know what gun is good. I don't know what this does. I don't know what this does. And I think I just need to start, like, when I pick up a gun, if I don't notice it, just start firing to see what it fires like. Because had I done that, I would not have used the gun that we were in the house with. I would have switched to another automatic. I would have switched to an actual. I think I had a carbine, so I would have switched to that. But anyways, so Blackout's a lot of fun. I like Kill Confirm because my younger brother got me onto that when we were playing Black Ops 2. I think we were playing, and so that's where like you kill a dude and you have to pick up their dog tags and to tick a kill, and if someone kills you, if your teammate picks up your dog tags, it like negates the kill. But like I was saying, like Call of Duty like people have a severe problem with teamwork in that they're like running by dog tags and they're just going off and like chasing people to kill, and it's like that's not how this game mode works. Like we win, like go over there and negate the kill. Like, get our teammates dog tags so that we can actually like stay in the fight, or go pick up the yellow dog tag so we can get the kill. And plus, like, you build your streak bonuses, your kill streak bonuses. So you can call them like UAVs, so it spots the guys on the map and whatnot.
Mhm.
And it just gets frustrating sometimes. And when I get frustrated with kill confirm, I switch over to safeguard. Safeguard is a mode where it's basically teams of, I think it's 6. It's teams of 6, and you basically escort a robot from your base to the other team's base. And so, like, the robot takes damage, and then when it takes damage, it shuts down for a matter of time, and then it reboots. And the only time it moves is if you are with it, like one of your teammates are with it. So, like, the point of the other team, the objective of the other team is to, like, shoot everybody that's around the robot so it doesn't move, put barricades up, take out the robot. And I think it's like 4 minutes, I think, to walk it from one side to the other. And then in sudden death, or like when you're doing like a tiebreaker, I think it's down to like 3 minutes. It might be 5 minutes, and then it goes down to 3 minutes when you're doing a tiebreaker. But it's a lot of fun. Like, I picked that you have different classes, and right now I'm doing the battery class. I think that's the wrong name for her, but she's got cluster mines. So like you have like one power that just like it ticks up, and like its cooldown is a lot faster than your main weapon. So like you can use cluster mines to like clear out an area, and then as you do damage in the game, like as you kill like your enemies, or you like hurt their robot, like you build up another power up, and her second power up is a grenade launcher. And so basically, I just go into the game with a rocket launcher, and then those cluster grenades, and then just try and do as much damage to the robot as I can, and try and take out their teammates that are killing my teammates, or trying to stop us from moving the robot. But it's a lot of fun. I don't even notice that there's not a campaign. Although Jeff was telling me that, like, I was in a match and he was like waiting to join the party, and he was going through like the story mode stuff. Like, there's a story mode to it where like you can follow like the story of Call of Duty 4. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So I highly recommend it. If you like Call of Duty and you're looking for a good shooter, I recommend picking it up. I think it's on sale on like Amazon for like
only
$30
right now.
Yeah. I think Jeff shared something in our chat where it was like 30 something. So I have to look.
Now
it's 30.
It's 30. Yeah, $32.99. Yeah, at Amazon. So you can pick it up on Amazon. It's worth $32. Like I said, I want to get back into Blackout. Like, I want to play that with, I want to keep playing that with Jeff and Jason. Blackout, a lot of fun.
$32 for Blackout mode alone is worth it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't play the team deathmatch. I don't like that shit. Like, maybe team deathmatch, but I'm not like I don't know. I just rather play the kill confirm, the safeguard, and then they have a mode that's similar to Battlefield's Conquest, where you have to like capture points. That one's not that bad either. I just haven't played that just because I've been rotating the 3 that I've talked about extensively. And then while I was waiting for the stupid update to download tonight, I fired up Dead Cells and played a little Dead Cells, and that was fun. I missed that. I need to beat that game. But that has been what I've been playing. Corey, what have you been playing?
Now, as someone who has, I mean, you've talked some junk on PUBG. Do you feel like how do you think this compares to Fortnite? Because I know you haven't played PUBG yet.
So here's my stance on it. It's not that I don't like Fortnite. I have no problem with Fortnite.
Okay.
But for me personally, I enjoy Black Ops more than Fortnite because there's no building aspect.
Mm-hmm. That's what kills Fortnite for me, and that's why I like playing it on Switch, is because nobody knows what they're doing on Switch. Because like
playing Fortnite,
because everybody who wants to be good at Fortnite is either playing on, one of the major consoles or a PC mostly, and people on Switch are just playing to have fun. So that's why I like playing Fortnite on Switch. But
it's It's good. So like, wait, I don't feel like the houses you drop into, like you're as like the most unarmed I've been was I had to run to like a house that Jeff and Justin were at, like like 100, 200 feet away to get a gun. Like the place I dropped on, all it had was like med packs and like frag grenades. So I didn't have any guns. Like that was the worst it was. Like usually when you drop into a building and you get inside, like you'll find a weapon. It may be like a pistol or something, and it might be a little bit until you can get like an assault rifle, sniper rifle, or something. But I find that I get good weapons faster in Blackout than I do Fortnite. Like I'll be sitting there and I'll be running with like two really good assault rifles, and I'm like, man, I don't know what one to use, you know. So I think that's pretty cool. I also like that they're not tiered. Like you don't have to worry about, you pick up one gun that's like a white, and then you pick it up again the next match and it's like a legendary, and you're looking at like a difference of maybe 100 DPS or whatever. In Blackout, you just pick up a weapon and you go with it. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about it as well.
Yeah.
So
plus, like what I like about Blackout versus like PUBG or something, it's so easy just to attach stuff. Like you can just hit auto attach for all the attachments and stuff. And like that's so nice, especially when like Call of Duty is so fast that just picking something up and not taking the time to go through menus to attach it to your weapon can save your life. Can literally save your life.
Yeah, and I mean, if you like, I had an issue where I wanted to drop a assault rifle and pick up a better one because it had a higher caliber, and so like I had a suppressor on the one that I wanted to drop. It was real easy to go into my menu. Like we were in the middle, we knew we were like no one was around, so like it was real easy for me to say like, hey Jeff, watch my back real quick, pull up the weapon, click on the suppressor, unequip it so it goes right into my inventory, and then just swapped out the gun and then went right back into my inventory and equipped it to the new gun. But like auto equipping is really cool. Like Corey said, like you just walk up to like a scope. If you don't have a scope on your assault rifle, you walk up to it and it'll just say, you just hit hold square to equip it. So it's like, it's awesome. So I like that aspect of the game. But like I find myself being like, damn, I wish I had more room, or I wish I could carry more guns, because you get like some really cool stuff as you're playing.
Yeah, it's a good one. I enjoy Blackout mode a lot.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Corey,
yeah,
been playing?
Well, I've been playing a little bit of that Warframe on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
it's kind of a good game. I'm actually quite surprised at
how is the massively multiplayer online role-playing game functionality of the Switch?
I mean, it works. It made me into games, no problem. Like
cool.
I went into. I'm assuming it's Warframe's version of a Destiny Strike, and it's 4 people, and you just go to the end and try to unlock a thing, and then you fight a boss or whatever.
Okay.
I honestly, I really don't know what I'm doing. I just like to go in and shoot stuff. The shooting feels a lot like Mass Effect, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like the third-person shooting kind of feels a lot like Mass Effect, or I don't know, because like recently I've been playing Tomb Raider. Well, I played Tomb Raider also, and I was trying to compare the third-person shooting to that, where third-person shooting in Tomb Raider is not really the focal point of that game.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that, unless you have the bow, but. The shooting feels really good. The melee combat feels like it wants to be like a single button version of like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. But I don't know. The melee feels okay. I usually use it just to open boxes and stuff. Because there's no just like, there's a crate here, open it, So, but it feels really good. I actually, I really enjoy it. I don't know how much I'll keep playing it, but for now, it's kind of like it's giving me that Destiny itch that I can't play that in handheld. So Been playing some of that. Been playing a little bit of Pokemon Let's Go. It's getting to the point where it's kind of overstaying its welcome a little bit. It was a nice little nostalgia trip, but it's just I don't need to play this game. It's literally baby's first Pokemon game.
Okay.
Which, Pokemon's already baby's first RPG, so
right.
It's yeah. So
baby's first baby RPG.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Like my first gym battle, I was super underleveled and I won in 2 attacks. So, I mean, it's interesting. But I also, Matt, you convinced me to buy Hitman 2, right? So I was like, before I make this major purchase, I'm going to download Hitman 1 off of Game Pass. Which I did. And I played about 2 hours of it. I can't stand how slow it is.
This is Hitman. Oh, Hitman. Yeah.
Hitman is not a fast game.
No, it is not. And I knew that. And I wanted to give it its due. I'm not saying it's a bad game.
No.
The mechanics and stuff work great, and it's actually kind of funny, some of the things that happen.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
But, like, that tutorial level at the beginning on the fake boat or whatever.
Well, see, now you're talking about stuff that I've not played.
Oh.
I didn't play I didn't play the 2016 one.
Oh, well, the tutorial mission takes place on a boat. Like, it's like this fake boat in a warehouse, and it's your training mission, pretty much.
Oh, I did play that in Hitman 2. Yeah, they have that in Hitman 2, where you have to disguise yourself as Kevin Norfolk or whatever.
Yeah,
that dude in the white hat.
Yeah, and you have to stand there at the bar for like, oh my gosh, it felt like 5 minutes, just listening to their conversation, and then you had to follow them into that back room or whatever. Oh man, I was just like, ooh boy. I want to like this game, but I don't have time for this.
Yeah, and you see, and I think that's actually 100% fair.
And I'm not saying like it's a bad game. I'm just saying that style of game is not for me, you know. And I wanted to like it, and I was like, man, I don't have much time to do anything, let alone not do anything in a game, you know. And I just, so I tried. I did my best.
No, it's fine.
I actually beat the tutorial level pretty handily, but I mean, it's tutorial level. It's not like it's not like, you know.
I think the tutorial level in Hitman 2 is a lot harder.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot harder to do well at, I think. Now,
I did think it was funny that you basically just got this guy naked and shoved him in a closet to escape.
Yep.
That was pretty funny.
Now, comparatively, like I can't really speak, but I feel like the speed in Hitman 2 is adequate. I wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, like, and I was actually having this conversation with Reba about whether or not this is an open world game, and I think to some degree it is, because you're not forced any one direction or another. You're just given a target.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my thing is like Hitman, I feel like would be a really fun game to watch people play. I just don't want to play it.
And that's 100%.
And I feel like, you know, everybody talked positively about it, and like obviously it was Giant Bomb's game of the year that year. But I feel like the people that didn't like playing it still said this is a game I'd love to watch people play.
Yeah. So
I mean, I've been watching some stuff on YouTube for Hitman, and it's like some of the stuff is really funny, like the briefcase glitch that's been going on, where like you throw the briefcase at somebody and it tracks them.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Or I like how you have this briefcase, but you can pull a sniper rifle out of it.
Yeah.
Like it's
already
like,
put together.
yeah, like you're Mary goddamn Poppins. Like
That'd be really funny if there was a Mary Poppins costume in there.
I mean, they like with their like I know in season 1, like between listening to Idle Thumbs a lot and Giant Bomb a lot, one of the elusive targets was an analog to the Wet Bandits from Home Alone.
Oh, really?
Like it wasn't them, but it was just like, yeah, that's what they're going for. So you never know. Like the zaniness in that game is cool. And I'm gonna save a lot of what I have to say about Hitman. We actually have a question about it later, so I'll save my Hitman 2 talk for that. What else you been playing?
I played a little bit more of Destiny 2, but like I wanted to play with Moose and that didn't happen. I wanted to play with Jason and that didn't happen. And it's just like my time schedule is so off because I get up so early, and then by the time I want to play with people, I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm.
So like I always end up I either play a couple things with my cousin who is kind of on the same time schedule as I am, or I just like I'll play a couple things and just go to bed, you know. Which is why like I've been playing a lot of Madden recently too.
Yeah.
But I'm about to delete Madden off my Xbox too because it's just like the lag is just so bad.
Did you ever get around to Tetris Effect or no?
No, I did not get around to Tetris Effect.
That's fine.
I did purchase it.
Okay.
Just haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
I also purchased Darksiders 3 because it was
nice.
it was on sale on Amazon. It was like a flash sale on Amazon, and the digital code was $41.99.
Well, what did you purchase it on?
Xbox.
Okay, let me know your thoughts about that because that seems to be a bummer all around.
See, I've heard it's like just a really mediocre experience, and I'm like, well, I'm not expecting much. I really liked the first two, and everybody said that those were pretty mediocre.
Well, the first one was I feel like that was the one that received the most positive reviews because it was like, this is the adult Zelda we always wanted.
Yeah, I mean, 1 and 2 are pretty divisive amongst the community.
2 was just drastically different.
Well, 2, it's like if 1 was Zelda, 2 was Diablo, and now 3 seems to be really leaning into the Soulsy aspect of it.
Okay.
But somebody actually described it as like a really poor man's Bloodborne, where like it wants to be faster than Dark Souls, but it just doesn't quite get to where it wants to be.
You could also say a poor man's Bloodborne is Castlevania. Am I right, Moose?
Yeah.
I think since that one question we got, you guys are legally required to say that at least once an episode.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Wasn't that was on this show, right? Where
it was on this show. Yeah, it was on this show.
It's too that poor guy.
So, but I think it looks really cool. I watched Giant Bomb's quick look, and like it looks like exactly the type of game I just want to play right now.
Okay.
You know, I mean, just like not boring, but kind of mindless. You know, kind of you know, just one button mash and dodge and whatever. I don't know. I really like mediocre games sometimes. So.
Sometimes like the mediocre games they'll do like that one weird thing that no one would ever aim to do right, and they'll get it right in a way that's really good.
Yeah.
Like for instance, when I was playing like Bush League hockey earlier this year, like that game did not get the hockey right. But
it got the Bush League.
It got a lot of the things around the hockey right in a way that I was totally on board with. But I will not say that that's a good game, but I certainly had my fun with it.
Yeah. And then I'm finally diving deeper into Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
Just because I feel like I need to give it a fair shake before Game of the Year. Just because that was a game I was really looking forward to, and I just like you just have those games that you're looking forward to, and then you're just not in the right mindset to play it. I tried to play it right after Tomb Raider, which it's similar enough to where I'm just like, I need something to just get away from this semi-open world stuff. And then I zoomed out on the map, and I'm like, this map is I'm not finishing this game anytime. It's like 3 times the size of Origins, and I'm like, I didn't even find the whole map on Origins when I beat it. There's still like 6 sections of the map on Origins I didn't clear out. So, Origins, good game though. It was on sale this week for like $15.
Cool.
That game's good.
So was Hitman 1.
True. But I think that's it. There's something else on Switch I was playing, but I don't really remember. So it must not have been that important.
Play Diablo?
No. Although I did look at Palblock's YouTube page today because we had some comments on some videos. And I watched our quick look of Diablo 3, and man, that game it's a fun game. It's a game I want to get back to at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like the beginning of the year is going to be a good kind of restart on what I want to play. I'm just trying to get my foot into into the game of the year stuff. I want to finish Spider-Man. I want to give Assassin's Creed a fair shake. I want to play Darksiders. It's not enough time. I want to get this freaking best of show done, which I'm pretty upset about right now, but that's for another day. So
that does make me sad though. That you lost all that.
Well, I mean, to be 100% fair, I don't think it's going to be needed. So I don't think you need to stress too much.
I don't care. I want to do it anyway, man.
That's fine. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm not saying,
Nobody needs the show, Matt.
Exactly.
Nobody needs.
No, nobody does. Nobody does. But I also don't want you to I don't want you to enforce a deadline on yourself and then burn yourself out.
No, I think I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it at the beginning of the year or if I want to wait till around episode 150 to put it out, because that's a nice round number of episode 150.
God, we're actually really close to that.
I know we're closer to that. We're almost closer to that than we are away from episode 100.
I know. We've been doing this a long time, guys. And yet it's not that long, but it still feels like a long time.
Yeah,
I'm going to change track and talk about what I've been playing.
I feel like Matt is trying to tell me something.
What?
That you don't want to do this show anymore.
Oh no, that's not true at all.
I feel like you're trying to tell me that I'm locking you in a cage and I only let you out for 2 hours every Monday.
No, nobody puts Matt in a box. Nobody puts him in a box.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Somerset, what's in the box? Okay, so I played a lot more Tetris Effect. That game is so much fun. And I highly recommend anybody who's listening play it. I played a couple more missions in Hitman 2, and I'll save a lot of that for a question. And then last night, Dr. Blood Souls and I got together and ran through more of Dark Souls 2. We've completed everything up to the final stretch in that game, but I forgot how long the final stretch is. The final stretch in Dark Souls 2 is actually a slog. There's I think 7 bosses after you've gotten to where you need to be. Mm-hmm. So you've already spent tens of hours doing this. But one thing I'm noticing, I don't know if I'm good at Souls games or that game is a lot easier than I remember, because we tore through a lot of bosses I remember struggling with, and and that was fun. Both of us dying in silly ways along the way. because in Dark Souls 2, if you hit circle, it doesn't slide you down the ladder. It makes you jump off. And when you're really high, you die. How that works, right? Also, I decided to I decided to put money into the forefront of video game technology, and I've been playing a PS Vita again.
Welcome to 2011, guys.
Well, I will say this: it's basically 2011 because the used Vita I picked up is an OLED.
Look at you, tricky dick.
So it looks nice. I've been playing a lot of Spelunky on it, and with the Spelunky stream, I'm still doing that. I had to take a couple of days off last week just because certifications and shit need to be taken care of, so I can continue to pay rent.
Rent's important.
It is.
Bills.
But so I've been playing the Vita at work in downtime, and I've noticed that I've developed the inspiration to go after the Speedlunky trophy in Spelunky, and I think it's actually super achievable. Just because just starting at the beginning and just running through the levels, I'm getting through the caves in less than a minute, like all 4 levels.
Nice.
So you have to beat the game in 8. Whenever I the few times I've gotten to the temple, I spend about a minute in the caves, a minute and a half in the jungle. And then the ice caves, that tends to be where I'm going to die the most, just because there's no bottom. If you just fall forever. But the times where I've gotten through it, I've actually not spent a ton of time there either. I think I actually got to Olmec once in 4 minutes. So that leaves 4 minutes for the Olmec fight. So
you kill him in under 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely killable. I just need to practice it. Like that. That's really it.
Just need to focus, right?
Yeah,
focus
what I'll probably do is once I'm consistently getting to the temple, because I have all the shortcuts unlocked, I'll actually just take the shortcut to the temple and practice fighting it.
Yeah.
But like I actually practiced the whip rob, where you jump and then whip the shopkeeper, pick up his gun, and kill him.
Okay.
And I actually did that on stream this morning 3 times in a row. I'm like, wow, I might be good at this now. Nice. And then I tried it again and died. But Spelunky.
Yeah.
Game's good, and now I have a whole bunch of things on my Vita that I'm going to play, but I'm going to finish Spelunky and I'm done.
You think?
Once I beat Yama, I am done with Spelunky. I need to stop. It needs to end. This relationship needs to be over, and then it needs to restart with Spelunky 2.
I was just gonna say, do you think you'll have it beaten in just enough time to roll right into Spelunky 2? Like,
I'm not religious, but heaven forbid it. Heaven willing.
I mean, so. Let's say you're not done with Spelunky. Would you wait on Spelunky 2 to finish Spelunky?
I'd probably have both of them. I probably would.
You just play both of them?
Yeah, that's my life. That's just what I do.
Okay.
And then I keep on wanting to go back to Spider-Man, but that new DLC is not out yet, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is out? Okay.
The first 2 are out.
The first 2 are out?
Okay, second one came out last Tuesday, I think.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was out, so I didn't actually start it up. And then I added a bunch of VR stuff to the system, and now I really want to try some of that stuff, but Tetris Effect is so good.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I like what I've played Tetris Effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's cool. It's cool even just for a Tetris game.
Yeah,
Like even if you weren't even factoring in VR. Like
yeah,
I've had fun
I
with it.
mean, like one of the things that when I beat Journey mode, like because I beat it before I got VR, like I could not, I cannot recall a game that has been more just out and out positive and oddly life affirming than this game. I mean, the music around it is all. I mean, regardless of your opinions on EDM, like put that aside for a second. Like the music is appropriately timed. It's in an appropriate rhythm for Tetris, and then the songs with lyrics are all about, you know, building confidence and being, you know, together and uniting without just saying, hey, it's us against them. It's just, hey, why can't we just hang out? I mean, it is a, on its surface, and the easy thing to say would be that it's hippy dippy bullshit. But when you are in it, playing that game, like it's like that's what you need every level, and it's damn near perfect what they did. I was able to get in on the weekly ritual this weekend. Unfortunately, it was not a 1989 skin, which kind of pissed me off, but whatever. I actually messed around with like the theater mode in VR a lot. And that is a fun time just watching those backgrounds. And I like how you can take the UI out of it so all you see is just what's behind the stage. And you could do all the button prompts that you would during the stage, and you just see how the environment moves with it. It's really cool, and I'm so glad I was able to play this game.
Yeah.
And I hope others play it and enjoy it. Like that, you don't have to enjoy it as much as I do. You don't have to have the same feelings, but like I hope you play it and enjoy it. We have some questions again this week, Corey.
Sure do.
You guys want to answer them?
Sure.
I suppose.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose we will start with Ashley Davidson. What is one game or series you really like that isn't critically successful? Would you want a sequel?
Let's see. Well, I would really like to see a more fleshed out sequel to The Order on PlayStation.
That's a good one.
I really, really like the game, not so much, but the characters and the story and the world that they built are pretty cool. That alternate history take, and like I really like that game, even though it's not a very good game. But yeah, I would say The Order would be a game that I would want a sequel to, at least. I don't know. Let's see. Series that I really like that isn't popular.
No, that isn't critically successful.
Critically successful.
I mean, I'm trying to think of things that just fizzled out that weren't liked by critics.
I mean, Darksiders is almost that. I really like Darksiders, which is why I bought the third game. But
yeah,
I mean, it's not like it's critically bad or anything. It's just, man, I'm trying to think. The Bouncer.
I feel like the narrative around Darksiders has been like, this should have been so much better. Like that's what I feel like it is.
You know, speaking of The Bouncer, when Giant Bomb compared the Quiet Man to The Bouncer, I was like, maybe I'll check this game out. I really like The Bouncer. And I was like, no, I'm not that dumb.
Well, there are like 4 videos on that site where you can watch them basically play through it. And it's bad. It's real bad.
It looks bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It looks bad.
Moose, any thoughts?
The Order.
The Order.
Like off the top of my head, like I'd have to like really dig deep, like into my psyche of like video gaming. Like I'm sure there's like some games on the Genesis or the PlayStation that were good games. They just like, are we talking like where critics just panned them, or are we talking where they
Well, I mean, critically successful means
like
you know,
all the critics liked it?
like critics liked it, but
Yeah,
I mean, like, because I'm thinking, I mean, I think that a lot of the things I like that didn't get sequels that I feel like should have them were liked by critics.
yeah. Like I'm going back through my memory of things, and I'm like, there's not a lot of games that I liked that want sequels to that critics didn't like. You know what I mean? Like people like them. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, like there are plenty of critically unsuccessful games that get sequels.
right? Like
Next, I'm looking at you.
like Legend of Dragoon. Love that on the PlayStation. Would love to see a sequel, but it got good reviews. You know what I mean? It was got decent reviews. People liked it. So it's just like I don't have very much that's like subpar as far as like gaming goes that I'm like, oh, I'd love to see that series get a sequel. You know? So
Yeah.
I just don't have one. I mean, except The Order just sticks out.
Yeah, I mean, the order, and the order,
like sixes.
yeah, it didn't seem like anyone out and out hated the order.
It was just the fact that I think people like I agree with you, and I agree with what Corey said. Like, it's not like you're saying people didn't hate it. It's just they were disappointed in what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were expecting a little bit more.
I was literally expecting a ripoff of Gears of War in this cool world, you know, and it turned out to be a quick time event.
Yeah.
You know, snooze fest. But I mean, the story was cool.
I thought the story was cool. I'd love to, like you said, I'd love to see a sequel. I'd like to see them bring it back. Maybe if People Can Fly did it.
No, it was Ready at Dawn, I think.
Ready at Dawn. Yeah, you're right. People Can Fly does Gears, doesn't it? Or did
People Can Fly did Gears Judgment, and then they did Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm. Okay, that's the avenue they went. But I feel like they could maybe get Sony Bend to do it after they're done with Days Gone. Like after Days Gone.
I mean, that would have been the perfect project for them to do. And I mean, I don't know what Days Gone is going to do yet or anything, but like to give them the sequel, I think would be cool. You know, especially because like I don't know, I feel like that enough people have now bought that game on flash sales and stuff that people are like, man, this game was good for what it was. You know, after they kind of came down off of it's kind of crap, but
and I'm gonna agree. Like I got it for like $20. I think it's worth $20.
Oh, I bought the collector's edition when it came out. I have a statue of what's his face.
Well, I just remember a week prior to its release, everyone was losing their crap because it was only like an 8-hour game, and people were pissed about that. I'm like, what? You can get through it.
Yeah, who cares?
Most like, I mean, because we are all in gaming groups where everyone wants the newest, latest AAA. And how many of them finish said newest, latest AAA? Not many.
Yeah.
So you got a near AAA quality game that you could finish.
Yeah.
I mean, oh no, heaven forbid you get through a game.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, getting through life is difficult. Like, you know.
I understand the whole, like, I can see their side of it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I can understand people being like, it's an 8-hour game and you want to charge me $60 fucking for it. Like this is it. They're just comparing like value there. They're just saying, well, I can go get an RPG that's like 60 to 80 hours and pay the same amount for it.
But
and
you're only gonna see 20.
Now, a lot of people do finish it. I'm not saying that everybody finishes every game.
Right.
You finish Persona.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Jeff finished Divinity Original Sin, which took him like 90 plus hours. I'm not saying everybody that's complaining about it is gonna finish a 60, 80-hour game. I'm just saying they're looking at it and it's like, okay, that's just like highway robbery to them. And I understand that. I'm not saying that they're right, but I can understand where they're coming from. And I'm not saying, I'm not trying to like be in their corner and be like, you guys need to give them 60 to 80 hours every time if they're paying $60. But I understand that they're immediately turned off by it if they're like, wow, that game's $60 and it's only 8 hours. Like,
what happens when they get Far Cry 4 or 5 for $60? You could finish that. You could finish them in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
15. I thought it was 15. Both of them. But I did both endings on both Far Cry 5 and 4 with that. In fact, that's the only way I've beaten both games. I've never that many. I've beaten both games, but I've never played them. Like,
I mean, what it all boils down to is the dollars to hours,
right?
Dollars per hour. That's a bullshit metric.
I mean, this year I literally avoided buying a lot of games this year because now recently I bought a few because I wanted to play them, but like, my life cannot handle all these games, so like I literally avoided buying games and it's worked out pretty well. I mean, I haven't beaten every game I bought this year, but I've played a lot of them. Like, I wanted to play God of War, so I made that a priority. We were just talking about this the other day of prioritizing games we wanted to play next year, right? And I have my short list of games now, but like this year I was expecting a baby. I was prioritizing Switch because I didn't know how often I was going to get to like use the TV, and it was just like, it worked out pretty well for me, I think. But, I like the order, games like the order, and like there's something else. Oh, Tomb Raider was relatively short, and I really appreciated that because I could actually get through it.
Yeah.
And granted, I spent a little bit of extra time with Tomb Raider because I'm still trying to go after some of the collectibles and stuff, but it's still 100%ing that game takes about 25 hours.
Yeah. See, like, I see, Matt's got a point, but people that complain look at it and say 8 hours, and it's like meet me in the middle. Sony's got some great games that they launch at like $40. Ratchet and Clank was awesome for $40. I'm hearing really good things about Detroit.
Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Shadow of the Colossus remake was $40. I think Jason beat that in like a weekend. I think he platinumed it. So he played in like a weekend and got some.
I'm sure that platinum's not extremely difficult considering the game.
Ask Matt, I think it is.
Well, no, I mean, there are a couple of time the Colossus fights that are not great. And that's just because there's some design choices that really hinders looking at movement as in a way that like a platformer would. But I mean the platinum on the PS3 version like broke for me because like I've done all I needed to do to get the platinum, but because the trophy glitched out, I've deleted the game, reloaded it. I've wiped my PS3 to try and get it to sync, and it just won't sync. So, but I mean, I've heard a lot of that is taken care of in the PS4 version, but it's still like Colossus 3 and 15 are like the timed battles that are just bears to deal with. Whatever their names are, their names.
I still want to play that really bad at some point, but
it's a good game. Me too. I want to play it too, but
I might try and platinum it next year. Mm-hmm. Might go on the list.
But there are a few games that popped out to me like right off the bat. One was Zack and Wiki for Wii.
Ooh, yeah, Zack and Wiki was awesome.
Like that was a game that IGN basically like put banners on their site saying you need to play this game. This game is really good, and no one ever played it.
Oh, Zack and Wiki's awesome. That was one of the few Wii games I like really enjoyed outside of whatever Nintendo was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That and that Klonoa remake was pretty good too.
Yeah. I would actually throw. This game got multiple versions, but not a proper sequel. Mod Nation Racers.
Still riding that train, huh?
I'll never be off this train.
I was gonna say he's a ride or die with that.
Yeah. And then I haven't played it, but I would like more games like this. Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
I know the Yakuza games exist. I'm not like avoiding that, but I feel like it was a more combat focused affair, whereas Yakuza is kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and speaking of games that like weren't critically successful, I don't think the early Yakuza games were critically successful here.
No,
they
won.
no. Rumored to be coming to Xbox next week, apparently.
Yeah, like I mean, so and those games kept getting sequels, and good on them for it because I've heard those games have nothing but better.
They sold really well in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
so that's where the love of that's what kept getting them sequels. So maybe that's just a cultural thing where it's just like
Shuhei Yoshida said Demon Souls was awful, so
yeah.
here we are now.
You know what else is awful? Trying to change your name on PlayStation.
So I'm going to move on to the next question. Deshaun Malone, Nerds Gone Rogue favorite.
Woo!
What are your thoughts on the roadmaps of the big three? Do you think Sony is being too careless? Do you think Microsoft has a chance to win or catch up? Next generation. Will Nintendo ever kill the 3DS? I need answers, my white brethren.
Will Nintendo ever kill the 3DS?
No.
Do I want them to? Yes. Will they?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I look, when my kid gets older now, Sony did the right thing and killed the Vita. Sorry, Matt, but you know it's true.
I don't think they never really gave life to the Vita. They just
That's
put it
true.
out and then just almost disavowed its existence.
It was like that kid you leave on the doorstep of the fire station because you don't want it.
Yep.
But it exists.
You don't know my life. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry if that offended anyone. I'm sure you'll tell me that was really offensive. But at this moment, don't care.
I think the tough question to answer here is: do you think Microsoft has a chance to win or catch up next generation? I mean, there's always a chance.
In the Western region, yes. In Japan and outside of here, even in Europe, no. I think Microsoft's biggest market will always be the United States, and everything else that they try to sell consoles in is literally just bonus points for them.
Yeah.
Because Xbox is not big in Europe. Xbox is basically non-existent in Japan. So, I mean, if they can win the American market, I think it's a win for them.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
Plus with them moving into more as making the Xbox more of a service platform than a box. You know, I think their priorities are different now. So, I mean, I think Xbox right now is in a good trajectory upwards, though, with all their studio acquisitions and their, we were talking about this on Arsenal X the other day about how Halo Infinite is probably going to be their version of games as a service. You know, I really think that, like, back on 360 with Halo 4, they did this seasonal content that didn't really pan out for them, but I think it was a good idea. It was just a crappy way to do it.
Poor implementation.
Yeah, where they would they would allow you to create like your multiplayer Spartan that you would take into the multiplayer stuff. You could use that Spartan in like co-op stuff similar to like Destiny's Strikes. But like, you go out on missions with your friends and try to finish the missions and stuff, and it would tell a separate story from the campaign, but kind of like a parallel story. And I think they're going to try to do that again with Halo Infinite, where like you'll have your main Master Chief campaign, and then they'll pull like a Rainbow Six Siege type thing and give you like, here's season 1 content, and we're gonna drop 3 to 5 new missions every month that you can play with your friends and level up and gain armor sets or whatever. That type of thing. And I think that's why they switched to Halo Infinite, so they can keep moving forward with it instead of like just kind of saying, here's Halo 6 and we're done. We'll give you some free maps for a couple years. So I mean, there's a really extensive talk. Ed and I talked a lot about it on Arsenal X, so you can watch that video. That video is separate and up already, but I think Xbox is on a good trajectory in terms of the studios and stuff. They've made a lot of smart purchases. Who knows when these games will be ready, but for now, like Halo Infinite's probably going to be their Scarlet launch game, even though it's probably going to be on Xbox One as well.
Mhm.
Gears 6 is obviously going to be in the works after Halo or Gears 5. Fable, Forza, whatever Obsidian's working on.
Fable?
Yeah. Well, it's like the worst kept secret in the Microsoft community that the Forza Horizon team has a second team, and they're working on a open world action RPG where choices matter. What does that describe to you in the Microsoft? Yeah. So I don't know. I think I think 2019 and 2020 for Nintendo are looking pretty bright. They've got over 20 first party games already announced. So
yeah.
But I think Sony. I mean, I think Sony's got a good lineup too. I'm sure Horizon, like I said, when Horizon and God of War are announced, that's when I'm buying a PlayStation 5. Right? Those two games are just like, because I dabbled a little bit in God of War's New Game Plus mode, and just replaying that game with the chains makes that game a hell of a lot better for the way I like to play that series. So definitely really weird though in the story mode, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Moose will have a lot more to say here, but I don't think Sony is being careless.
But they can be.
I mean, here's the thing: pulling out of E3, not doing the PSX. If they do that and end up showing nothing in 2019, that's careless. But if they do that, if they do that, but in 2019 reveal their strategy for the next generation, that's not careless. That's just preparation. I mean, they know how far they are ahead. They know that, Microsoft catching up is probably a lost cause. So they all, in knowing that and knowing anything about competition, when you are that far ahead, what you need to do is put your opponent away.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what they are gearing. That's what they would, if it were me, that's what I'd be gearing up to do. I'd be getting up like, this is where I win. This is where I win. Period.
Yeah.
I mean,
they need to be smart and not take their foot off the pedal,
mm-hmm.
but also not drive the car into a fucking brick wall.
Right.
That's what they need to do. They need to get their head out of their own ass. They need to say, all right, you know what? Screw it. Cross-platform play. You guys want to play with Xbox players? We don't care. People are buying Sony systems like almost 2-to-1. It's like, get over it. People are buying your system more than they're buying an Xbox. So, they're going to have your system as well. Or they're going to have only your system, like me. Like, I only have a PlayStation. So, and then one of the big things that they could really stumble on, and it could be their Achilles heel, is the backwards compatibility. I know they invested heavily in the cloud company because they want to do streaming, and so that's what PSN now is built on. But you can't. No, like, the PS5 needs to be backwards compatible with PS4
Oh yeah.
out the gate, and it can't be like bullshit that's going to come later. Like it needs to happen like out like as soon as I open up that box and plug it in, I can start downloading I can download Bloodborne.
I better be able to play Bloodborne day one. That's what I was thinking.
Put the game on the system, and that's the first game I play on my PS5, unless, of course, Bloodborne 2 launches with PS5, which in 2020 is highly likely. But anyways, they have plenty of ways to stumble, but they also have plenty of ways to just widen the gap in between them and Microsoft. And we've talked about it. Nintendo's like, we ain't even in the race. We're just over here doing our own thing.
Yep.
And I mean that's fine. So I'm fine with that. But I think Microsoft is making a lot of moves to keep their customers happy, and I think Sony needs to do the same thing. I think it would be cool if Sony had a Game Pass type thing. Like that would be cool and could work with third party. Maybe they move away from PlayStation Plus like free games and do like a rental system. Like you pay, PlayStation Plus becomes now you just have a huge library of games that you are technically renting. You have access to because you're paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, technically, we are renting the games once we stop playing or paying for PlayStation Plus. They're no longer our games. But you know what I'm getting at. It's not like always access to it. It's as long as you pay. It's just Bloodborne might rotate out after like a year. You know what I mean? And something else will Horizon Zero Dawn will rotate in. So I'm sure that they're looking at plenty of ways to win the next console generation, and hopefully they play their cards right.
Mm-hmm.
The number one important thing is making your customer happy, and if they keep up what they're doing, if they keep putting out really good exclusives, they put out a good system, like if they have good support, the PlayStation VR was good for them. If they keep supporting that as an add-on, like added value to your system, I think they have a good chance of they'll definitely be a dog in the fight to win it. If not, they'll come damn close to winning it. So they just have to improve on some things and keep like I said, keep the gas pedal down to the floor, but not run into a damn brick wall. That's the whole thing. So
I mean, the nebulous part for them is both beginning the next generation and dealing with PSVR. I've only played one thing in VR, and I really like it, and I cannot wait to play more.
See, so
but
as
if a PS5 comes out and PSVR doesn't work, that's fucked.
Well, see, that's the thing. So then my question to you is, what if they came and said, okay, PlayStation VR works with PS5. We got backwards compatibility. So, I mean, you're set for this late generation purchase for you. In fact, that might even make me buy a PSVR at a holiday price. Like, I almost bought a holiday bundle, but my employment was up in the air, and I was like, you know what?
Don't take that chance. Yeah.
I'm not taking that chance. I don't need my wife to kill me.
Exactly.
So I like to live, and I don't need to cause her stress.
Correct.
And that was number one. But number two is like, where am I going to put this?
Mm-hmm.
My house is small enough. Like, I don't even have, if I bought another console, or I don't even know where I'm going to put my PC, my gaming PC, next to my PS4. My PS3 is on the floor next to the entertainment center. But anyways, so like, do you feel like that would be okay? And then possibly midway through the PS5 cycle, they'd come out with a PSVR 2, where they streamline some things.
I feel like that's the way they have to do this.
That's probably how they're going to do it. In all honesty, because they probably have a significant amount of inventory to be able to move them, and then okay, our next step is putting out the PS5, and then after that, move on to PSVR and kind of refine VR. You know, because get another iteration out there, streamline some things.
Yeah,
Well, the next thing for VR has to be dealing with the motion controls for it. Now, I know last week we sort of went on a rant against motion controls, rightfully so, but the games that require the move wands, and I haven't used mine even though I have them, they're very cumbersome and very not the best thing to deal with.
Now, have you tried Res?
Not yet, no. I've only played Tetris Effect. Every time I sit down, I will look at like 4 or 5 other things. I will look at Astrobot. I will look at Thumper. I'm like, I want to play these games. Tetris Effect. Here we go. And I think the reason for that is I know I just need the DualShock.
Yeah.
And
that's, maybe it's a crutch.
It could
like
be.
You're just so used to like using the DualShock. You're like, I need like.
Well,
you might not need it, but you feel you need it.
Hand in the air, my own problem. I haven't charged the move wands because I don't have like enough ways to charge. I don't have access to enough outlets to get them all charged. So I'm actually looking to getting a charging station for them, and I just haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason as well, but also like I like the fact that if I have the headset on, I could set the DualShock down on the table, grab my drink, and then grab the DualShock. I won't have to like go searching around.
Yeah.
Because it's disorienting when you need to step out of it in your head for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's also a pain in the ass to take things off just to take a drink. I mean, I'm not first world problems, but
I know.
But I feel like there are a couple of things that have to be on Sony's mind hardware wise, and one of them is we just put PSVR on sale, and probably a lot of people bought them.
Yeah.
If we announce a new VR thing, we are going to piss off a lot of people.
I feel like VR, and I don't know if you guys talked about this while I stepped away. Like you kind of touched on it, but I feel like PlayStation VR is going to go the way of like the way the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X are. It's just like it's going to be iterative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay.
Like, I was saying, like, I think their next step is the PS5, and then say, okay, the PSVR is backwards compatible, but then like maybe midway through the console generation for the PS5, like announce PlayStation VR 2, and have.
I mean, they've already quietly like put out a second VR, right, with the HDMI pass through or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still.
It's a minor change, but I mean, like we were talking more upgrades, like the move controls, making the move controls better, and like my thing is like I always feel like when I want to play VR, I don't want to use move controls, and it might just be like I'm not understanding the full way it works, but like I want to just be like if I was playing Tetris Effect, probably like you are, Matt. I just want to sit there. And if I look straight ahead, I can see what I'm supposed to be playing and use the controller to play that. And then just like look around and like be like, I'm in this world just hanging out, or like No Man's Sky. You're moving the controller and moving your character. It's in first person, but you can look left and right and see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like you're using the controller to move you, but you're seeing it, in VR. Like I don't know if I want to use. That's what I liked about Eve
Valkyrie in Upstate New York. Like,
yeah.
I was grounded with the DualShock.
Yeah, like I feel like I need that. Like I need to be grounded by that. Like I don't want like Beat Saber looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like you're up like moving around and stuff like that. It's just I don't have enough space for something like that.
You could basically sit on your couch and just
yeah. You probably could sit
doing PlayStation Move semaphore and shit.
Yeah, there you go. Orchestrated band.
Yeah. But like based on the one thing I'm most curious about with the next generation, especially from the green and the blue side, I want to see if they take any notes from Switch. That's what I want to see. I want to see if there's anything like that,
like a portable system.
Mm-hmm. I want to see if any notes like that come.
Do you think like? Do you feel like Microsoft could be like, hey, we're gonna put out a whole new system, and it's only like 1.5 times as powerful as an Xbox One S, not even the X, but it's portable. Like you can take it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that would be a move like Microsoft would want to do?
I feel like, I mean, they've patented controllers like a detachable kind of. They kind of look like their versions of a Joy-Con that you can attach to tablets, because I think they're really banking hard on the cloud stuff and the streaming stuff, where you can stream your stuff from your Xbox One or whatever the next Xbox is to this app, right?
Yeah.
And you can just attach these Bluetooth controllers to your tablet or your phone and just play your games that way.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think they're going to make a Switch competitor directly, but I do think that those controllers are coming. And if they work with any type of smart device and they're in this cloud streaming service is as good as they want it to be at some point, I think that's the way they're going to attack this. So,
okay. So let's move on.
Moving on.
Thank you, Deshaun, always. And we hope your white brethren have given you some answers. Sam Hall asks, what are your thoughts on pineapple on a pizza? What are your favorite pizza toppings? What do you prefer over pizza? And that's it.
Let me tell you what. Straight up pepperoni is the only way to eat pizza. I'm a boring human being. That is all.
Okay, as long as you're.
Well, you're a Browns fan.
I'm all right with pineapple on pizza.
You know what?
Pineapple on pizza is not bad.
I don't like pineapples, so.
I mean, that's fair. That's.
Well, then that, yeah. I mean, if you don't like the subject we're talking about, I mean, that, yeah.
I mean, sometimes I do break out of the mold and say, hey, you know what I want on my pizza? I would like some ham and some bacon. Not extra cheese, but I like a little Asiago cheese sprinkled on.
There you go.
Melted.
Yeah, doing it right. There you go.
That's what I like.
Kind of like a meat lovers.
Yeah,
give me a little ham and.
But like, I'm not into like pizza sausage though. You know?
No, I'm not into pizza sausage either. Are you talking like the sliced or the crumble?
The crumble.
Okay.
I'm just
I like sliced Italian sausage on pizza. It's a good time.
It is a good time. But I like sometimes like when we'll get like a meat lovers. Every once in a while somebody will get one and it'll be like you got like the crumbled bacon. You know what I mean? Like the like it's super crispy and it's crumbly, and then you got like the hamburger on there, which is delicious, the seasoned hamburger. Yeah, I also
enjoy a good barbecue chicken pizza.
Okay.
With some onions and some cilantro on there. Pow pow.
My favorite topping is green peppers and onions. It's my favorite pizza topping. But I will if I'm at a place and somebody orders a pineapple and ham pizza, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I ain't gonna eat that.
Yeah, like I'm not
gonna turn it down.
But I will definitely try. I will definitely eat it if it's around.
And I'm not saying that I never order it for myself, but the likelihood of it happening is like slim, like extremely slim. Like where I'm gonna be looking at a menu and go, oh, I want the Hawaiian one. Like,
don't worry, Boots. We've all seen your Instagram. We know you're not getting vegetables on your pizza.
There's other options that I would get. Actually, I think the pizza ones that when I was at the brewery were all green peppers and onions. So there were vegetables on that pizza.
My favorite toppings on pizza is something that dates back to when I was a kid. Like we used to have pizza. We used to get Pizza Hut every Friday night. We would get 2 large pizzas. Both having pepperoni, mushrooms, and black olives on them. So that is like my because I guess because I'm programmed that way. That's
Well,
what
yeah,
I
you
love
grew
about
up with
pizza.
it. Was that your dad's favorite toppings, mom's, or
I
like
think
how? Like
well,
that's like I could understand like, hey, let's get a pepperoni pizza with like, I don't know, like
I mean,
black olives.
I
and
don't
something.
remember
Like
when I don't remember when it was introduced to me, but I remember uh, from like as far back as I can remember, I've always loved olives.
Mhm.
Like when we would go to my godparents' house, like she would basically open a can of black olives, put them in a bowl, and say, "This is for you, Matt," and I would eat all of them. And then they would serve olives with dinner, and I would eat all of them. Like I couldn't stop eating olives. I still can't. Olives are great. But I remember the first time having them on pizza, I'm like, wait a minute, these go on pizza too? And then so I think it's more olives than anything else, but we also did that a lot. Recently, I've developed a love for the buffalo chicken pizza. There's a place near us. Whenever we order pizza, we order two, and I usually eat the buffalo chicken in one sitting.
Nice.
Because I'm a shit pig. And
So am I.
What do we prefer over pizza? Moose's Burgers.
Burrito.
Yeah, I'm a burrito guy too.
I enjoy a great burrito. Let me tell you.
I mean, I'd take a bad burrito.
Yeah, it's true. There's no such thing.
Yeah, I don't think there's a such thing as a bad burrito.
I don't know, man. I've had some bad ones.
You know what? To be fair,
I still loved
the last time I got Chipotle, it was pretty bad. It was ice cold. Like I don't know.
Chipotle.
What?
I mean, anytime you get Chipotle, Chipotle's awful.
Not terrible.
Moose is frustrated with us.
No, I have worse. But,
okay.
I mean, like the one reason I like Chipotle is because I can get the veggie, the burrito, and get the guacamole on the side, and there's my dip for my chips. Nice. It doesn't cost me any extra, so that's why I like them. And they have corn salsa. Mm-hmm. I love corn salsa.
Yeah, their corn salsa is amazing.
So that's a huge plus.
Now, is it burgers for you, Moose, or is it not?
Over pizza? Yes. I will take a burger over pizza any day of the week. But trying to slow my fat roll. we got a rotisserie chicken, and I chopped it all up last weekend, and Kelly made one pasta dish, and she was going to make another pasta dish, but we couldn't find gnocchi to put in with it. So Saturday she was hanging out with her sister and painting trees for their kids, or for my niece and nephew, and I just took some of the chicken and made nachos with it. And I'm just that's what I had for dinner tonight. We had beer. I didn't stop for beer tonight, so I have no beer now. I'm just drinking water. And she had 2 beers in the fridge. She's like, "You want a beer?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I really don't want a beer." And it's just trying to burn more calories than I'm intaking. So far, I'm doing all right. I'm doing a lot better than I was, but I'm not ideally where I want to be. But it's just, yeah, I would do a burger over pizza. But then again, pizza's good because you can eat two. If you get an 8-slice pie, you can eat 2 slices for dinner and then have 2 the next day for breakfast. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
who stops at 2 slices?
I
don't.
Look, all right, I'll be real with you. I don't. But my wife doesn't eat hers.
When I was living by myself, I would order 3 pizzas.
Jesus.
And I would eat one of them, and then the other 2 would be leftovers for the week, because leftover pizza is the bomb.
The thing is though, I feel like I've fallen out of love with pizza because let me finish. Because when we went, I used to love pizza, but ever since my wife and I went to New York City, New York City pizza has ruined all other pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I can't every time I eat, there's one place that's close by us. It's called Mr. G's. Mm-hmm. But when they bring it, I feel like I have to put it in the oven just a tad longer. And it's like,
You need that hard bottom crust.
yeah, dude. And like, I just feel like New York pizza has ruined pizza for me.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I
it's
will
like
say this,
it's
like-
like it's literally probably 95% of the reason I want to go back to New York is because of the pizza.
I mean, it sucks being like in the minority of Chicago style pizza fans here on the East Coast, but yeah, the New York style pizza is a good pizza. It's a good pizza.
Every time I go back to Pennsylvania, I want to try and go to like a pizza place because like even Pennsylvania pizzeries aren't like as good as New York, but they're
doing the job.
They're way better than anything down here. Although down here it's getting better. So,
next question.
Nice. Lee's in the chat. During college, Domino's had a 777 deal. I remember that. Any pizza for $7. He bought their ultimate extravaganza feast times 3 and had that for a week and a half straight.
Well, here we have
That's $21 for like a week and a half. Sorry, go ahead.
All 2-topping large pizzas are $7
Nice
at Domino's here, which I prefer Domino's over Pizza Hut, and I think Papa John's is trash.
Oh, yeah,
I will agree with you on Papa John's being straight up trash.
I mean, I like Pizza Hut more just because I had it more as a kid. We didn't really have a Domino's near us.
Yeah, I was more of a Pizza Hut kid too.
I ain't
saying Domino's is terrible. I'm just saying. What was that, Corey?
I also worked at Domino's for 2 years. It was my first job.
Wow.
Nice.
It was awesome.
I bet.
Okay, I'm gonna move on if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, their sauces.
Before we move on, how have I never heard of Mutant Year Zero, and why does it look amazing?
What is Mutant?
We've talked about it.
Yeah, it's probably one of those times I zoned out.
Yeah, Moose and I talking about weird games. Yeah, that game does look good.
It looks freaking amazing.
It looks like a good XCOM game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I not know about this game? Why do I want it so bad now? And it comes out tomorrow? Oh,
for geez. What?
PS4 and Xbox One.
Sweet.
I was just looking up news because we're recording Power Block early this week, and they're considering a Switch port.
Sweet. Good for them.
I was like, what? Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Casey McHale asks, what makes Hitman so good, and what is the craziest kill you did or seen?
What makes Hitman so good is that the story and the characters are so over-the-top serious that everything that happens within the game makes it extra hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Here's how I look at Hitman. Pretend you have think about the movie Beetlejuice. If you've not seen the movie Beetlejuice, it's where this guy has this elaborate, model of his town in his attic. And it's not really, it's kind of a central part and it's not really played on, but this model is set up and every piece is in there. Now imagine this model moved in like a pattern clockwork set of movements. Well, in Hitman, you are the element that's pushing against those and making it break. And that essentially is kind of how video games work, but because everything is so all of the NPCs and targets are so stringently programmed to do their thing, every time you show up and break it, it seems like just masterful slapstick. And like some of the funnier things I've seen, like I watched Giant Bomb do quick looks on all of the missions as they came out in 2015 and 2016. Mm-hmm. And watching Brad and Dan go through that, like Brad holding the controllers and Dan going, "Oh, you need to drop a remote explosive in that guy's butt." That is what that sort of, the fact that you have the ability to do that and even come close is a funny thing, and you can kind of role play in the moment, or you could just freestyle it to the best of your abilities. I mean, some of the more funny things I've seen, just recently on Giant Bomb, their Unprofessional Fridays, they did the elusive target, and both Vinny and Brad killed Sean Bean in a hilarious way. Vinny straight up gets into a meeting with the guy, drops an explosive duck on the ground, leaves the room, sets off the explosive, and everyone just runs to that room past him, and like he and Jeff are just going, yeah, we're just gonna look around, see what's out here a little bit, and just walk towards an exit real slowly. And so they succeeded. Whereas Brad tried to really infiltrate the base, and he ends up becoming part of Sean Bean's security detail, except he's the only one carrying a battle axe. And he takes out the other two guards with the battle axe. No one pays any mind, and then he just kills Sean Bean with it, drops the battle axe, moves away, and then he's not covering any of his tracks, so it's not long before the body's found. So he just changes disguise, and then everyone's just sort of searching around for the problem. He's just wandering off. Eventually, he turns into he takes the flamingo outfit and escapes on a speedboat.
Nice.
Now, I mean, and myself having. My favorite moment was when I replayed the Miami mission. I killed one of the targets, who's a race team mogul who is in charge of a race team. I killed him with the car that he built on the showroom. And I'm basically in the driver's seat. I rev the engine. It explodes, killing him. No one cares what I'm doing. I just walk off because... yeah, no, he had nothing to do with it. We need to worry about why this guy's dead now. And then you take the costume of a guy who is blackmailing the race driver that you have to take out. And the costume is the flamingo costume. And you have to you kill her in a flamingo costume. And then I just escaped on the speedboat as well. And the fact that there's a game you could do that, and that's only one way to do it, that shit's fun. I mean, and yes, Corey earlier is 100% correct. The game is slow, it's plotting, and it's not you would think when you say just the word Hitman without thinking of the game franchise, you think of things like, I guess, The Transporter or James Bond or any lone gunman movie where it's more of a dynamic action thing rather than a slow, methodical, slapsticky affair. and yeah, it's brilliant for that way, and it's also brilliant just because of the way that it basically loves its own flaws. Like last week when I said you could basically you could kill a guy in foliage, but the minute you duck, the everybody around you's like, wait, where'd he go?
Yeah, I think yeah, I remember you saying something.
I mean, and that's just it's such a break in continuity that you're there's nothing you could do but laugh. It's like, oh, that's awesome. But yeah, that's some of the funnier things I've done. I mean, there's in the Mumbai mission I played earlier this week. There you have 3 targets. One, you have to actually figure out who the target is. Like they know his name, but they don't know what he looks like. They don't have a recent picture, so you have to find a recent picture, find the guy, and kill him. Well, eventually you kill him in a barber chair, or at least I did. And the best part is I'm in the middle of Mumbai, India, and I am a white dude, bald, with a barcode on my head, and everyone just thinks, oh yeah, this is normal.
Yeah.
He's just a citizen. And then when you're having a conversation with this dude, he's like, I mean, from what I know, and he's culturally appropriate, he has an accent, and you're this Indian barber who's basically going, yes, that is correct. Like, not speaking in...
Yeah.
Like, he's like, do you know what your life is building to? He's like, I have a feeling. And you're just having it. It's like no attempt to blend in. But no one notices. I mean, I think that's hilarious. And then there's one of the targets you kill in the middle of this textile factory. She and I are having this conversation. There are 6 guards around us. And when there's a moment where, like, I guess in the momentum of the conversation, she basically says, she non-verbally says, oh, she's comfortable with you. So all the guards turn around so they're not facing you. And we're standing on this bridge in like a warehouse. I kick her off the bridge. And then the guards just rush to see what happened to her. And I'm just standing there. I'm like, oh, nobody noticed. Walk on out. Even though there's no other one that could have done it. I mean, just like, yeah, I kicked her off that bridge. What are you gonna do? And it's the silliness that happens there. It's perfect. Or when you same mission, this producer for Bollywood movies, he's a real shitheel. He only produces movies that he can star in and make out with the lead actress because he's a shitheel. You basically use one giant fan on set to blow him off the top of his own building in the middle of a scene.
Nice.
Now, that sort of setup is exactly why Corey's statement, like, I don't want to play this, but I would watch somebody play this, fits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's like some video games, like horror games.
Yeah.
I don't want to play horror games, but I'll watch you play them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't want to play Dota. I will watch Dota.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another good one.
I don't want to play Counter-Strike. I will watch Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I don't want to play fighting games. I will watch fighting games.
That's a good one, too. Especially Dragon Ball Fighters Z, because it's like a cartoon.
It's bonkers, that game.
Mm-hmm. And it's insane. Yeah.
So I'm going to move on to our final question, because I think I'm probably the only one with a significant thought on Hitman. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair. Because I've never played one. So anyways. Okay,
Samantha Cross asks, hey boys, just a cookie for you. What is your stance on controller colors? What colors do you have?
Ooh.
I am a big proponent of controller colors, actually. I need to get a pink DualShock 4.
What if they come out? No. Go ahead, Corey.
I was gonna say I bought that bright orange DualShock 4. And then
like the sunburst one or whatever.
Yeah. I usually have like one kind of cool controller and one kind of generic controller for player 2, so I look cooler all the time.
Why does that not surprise me?
I don't know.
Well, I have 5.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Moose, I never have a player 2 because nobody ever wants to play games with me. And my Xbox controller is gray and green, and then my Switch controllers are both just the black ones, but I have the blue Joy-Cons. So
I have a white one. When the PS4, like the year after it launched, they had a white one. So I had the white one. I had the 20th anniversary one, which I broke. So now I have. I also have the Uncharted 4 DualShock. I have the Star Wars DualShock that came with the Star Wars. Yeah, the Battlefront 2 Star Wars PS4
That's your Pro, right?
Yeah, it's my Pro. And then I just recently bought the 500 million edition DualShock controller, which is really nice. Like, it's like a jewel blue, like it's see-through blue on the front. It's really, really nice.
It's a good blue.
I used to have the anniversary PlayStation controller, the gray one with the colored, like it was really
symbol.
Yeah, but it like wouldn't stay charged. And it just like ended up just not ever charging.
Did you get rid of it?
Yeah.
You could have just replaced the battery.
Nah, I don't care. I'm not doing all that. It's too much work.
Anyways, I wanted to ask you, Matt. You said you had 5 controllers, and where were you going? There's something that I wanted to say, and Corey was going, so I was just like, I forgot it. I don't know, but
I have 5. I have an original black one that its triggers are stuck, so I don't use it ever. I have a blue one that I bought when I got my PS4. And then I eventually bought the red one. And then, actually, wait, I have 6, actually. I'm sorry. I have the silver one that came out recently.
Okay.
Within the last year. I have the orange one, and I have the 500 million.
Nice. Yeah, I'm like, I don't need any more. I will say, the Star Wars one and the 500 million one has like the hole in the front so you can see the light bar. And now I like to use those more than I do like the white one and my Uncharted one. Yeah. Also, I think just because the thumbsticks feel a little bit better to me, like they're not like grippy. You know what I mean? Like they don't feel as like they're like a smushy, like porous, like rubber. These are a little like firmer of a rubber on the sticks, and I like that a little bit more. So I think like if I ever bought another controller, I'd probably do like a one with paddles. Like I'd do a scuff one. So
like I would really like Sony to just put out a pink DualShock 4 like they did a DualShock 3. I'm afraid to go custom just because.
Did they not put out a pink one?
No.
I'm afraid to go custom just because I've heard of more bad stories than good.
Well, it depends on what customs you're going for. Because like there's some companies out there that do some really good custom ones. Like I was looking at the scuff ones that are not like related. Like the latest scuff is the one that has the hugest issue. But they have color customization ones that you can get.
Yeah, and I've seen those, but then I mean, controllers are expensive already.
You're already paying $60.
$60 for a controller. I don't want to pay $100 just to get a pink one.
Right. Like I said, I can totally understand that. Yeah. You know, like my whole thing is like I was thinking about the other day. Like it would be nice to have like the extra paddles just to be able to be like, okay, you know, instead of having to hit like take your finger off moving, you know, off the right thumbstick to hit jump, you could just, you know, twitch your middle finger, like, you know, like our back finger on the back paddle to jump. I'm sure, you know, that could greatly increase like your, you know, less mistakes, or, you know, just make your gameplay more fluid. Like when you're playing first person shooters, or even like Bloodborne. If you think like putting triangle on a paddle button, you know what I'm saying? Instead of it, you know, so healing, you don't have to take your, you know, you can just keep attacking and just hit it with a, so I don't know. It's just, there's all different kinds of things you can do with the paddles. So it's just taking that first jump in. Now I know Rob Rinaldi, good old Rob, was having issues with the scuff that he bought, but he bought like the second version. Like I've heard decent things about the first scuff that they put out for the PS4. Now they have, I think the next one's called the Vantage or something like that. That's the one that's
the PlayStation's version of the Elite controller.
Yeah, they are. So they have 2 now. They had the first one that they put out like a year ago, and now they have this second one, and this second one's having more problems than the first one did. So like if I ever bought one, I'd probably buy the first one. But I like the customization of their other ones. Like they're not as like customizable as the Vantage or the one that was released, like the Elite controller, but they have the paddles and you can change the colors and stuff.
Okay. When I went to Chicago once, I played Rocket League with an Xbox Elite controller. It's a good controller.
There you go. Yeah, the Xbox controllers are sound. Like the Xbox One controllers are good. I like them. Like if they didn't make the dongle for the DualShock 5 to be able to play on your PC, I would probably roll with an Xbox controller when I bought my PC. I would probably do that. But then again, you know, like everybody's like, oh, this is better. You know, like I like the placement of the Xbox sticks. It's like it's just what you're used to.
Yeah.
Like when I was playing on 360 and I switched to the PS4, like it was weird for me at first, but then when I tried to play my buddy's Xbox, I was like, this is really weird. And I played 360 for like 4 or 5 years. So it's just I think it's just whatever you're used to and whatever's new is just like makes it seem weird. But once you get used to it, everything's fine.
Habits can change.
That's true.
Despite your best efforts, they can change.
That's true.
So that's all our questions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a show, gentlemen.
I feel like it.
All right.
Good times.
Right.
So this has been episode 124.
Goodbye, everyone.
My name is Matthew Keel. I'm at Infinite_Rewind on every social media platform I choose to accept. And yes, I realize I forgot to say that at the beginning. Sorry. You can also find my musings when I decide to muse them on ngrradio.com. Soon there will be Game of the Year bonus episodes going up. One or two of those are going to be recorded this week, and I might have a third. I'm working on it. And as well as our Game of the Year stuff that goes up the week of Christmas and New Year's this year. Corey.
Yeah.
No, never mind. Eddie, sir. Moose, where can we find you?
Dang. You can find me at Svhenn.
It's fine.
You can always find Corey. You can find me at Svhenn on Twitter, Twitch, and PlayStation Network. You can find me co-hosting Nerds Gone Platinum with Jeff and Jason, Gimpy J, and Mr. Hefe.
You say co-hosting, you're just riding along.
I don't even co-host. Yeah, I just throw in like this show. I just throw in some banter here or there.
I'm here to party.
I don't like now that I don't drink beer. I'm like, what am I here for? Because this used to be an excuse to have a beer. So like it's like I don't even know what I'm here for anymore. I don't even provide any entertainment for anyone. Yeah, I just have hands. But we go live Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can hang out with us as we do our show. Our show goes live Thursday mornings. We have Gimpy Jason's playing through Borderlands 2. I believe his goes up Tuesdays. The Moose's Misadventures through Yarnum for Bloodborne go up Wednesday, and then Thursdays are Platinum Plays. Those 3 days are just crazy. Tuesday,
Guess where you won't find them on our website. Thanks, Moose.
Wah, wah.
I'm just kidding. I'm trying, guys.
I don't know why. It's okay. No worries. You can go over to our YouTube channel, check out all our content we got going on over at Nerd. Well, I wish we had a custom link. Go like our page so we can get a custom link.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Palblock's almost there. Only need 11 more.
Nice.
Woo!
Very nice. Very nice.
I think part of that's because we've been giving away some stuff, but
well, you gave away a Switch copy that only one person competed in the competition for.
What?
What was?
There was like 20.
Was there? Okay, awesome. My bad.
Thanks for listening, Moose.
Wah, wah.
Can't listen to Palblock. My Switch broke.
Yeah, I'll come rant that shit.
Nintendo's
hardware. I will. You gotta admit this though. Their hardware tends to usually be not the best.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever see the Game Boy that got blown up by a tank?
That was like they put all their heart and soul in the Game Boy, and that was it. After the Game Boy, they were like, "We've peaked. We're done."
After the Game Boy,
leftovers.
After the Game Boy, they're like, "We're done. We've got Pokemon and Tetris on the thing. We're done."
That's what I'm saying. Like they were like, "We're done. We're good."
Corey, take us home.
Oh my goodness! You can find Nerds Gone Rogue every Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube.com/NGRradio and NGRradio.com. You can find me at CoreyNHD86 on Twitter, Instagram, and you can find me at CoreyNHD on Twitch. You can also find me on Nintendo Palblock, where we are giving away, well, by the time this is over, or by the time this posts, the giveaway will be over. But actually, I'll just plug our next giveaway right now.
Woo!
That's a good thing. If you come subscribe to our YouTube channel and email us at nintendopalblock@gmail.com a good question, we will send you a digital copy of Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. So,
Nice.
you're disqualified, Moose. You're already a host.
God damn.
And you don't listen.
I don't even listen to my own show. I'll be honest.
To be fair, I don't listen to any of the shows I'm on either. Sometimes I just press play on this show and then press mute so we get to listen. So we get to download and pad the numbers. Pad the numbers,
Nice.
guys. Anyways, you can follow us on Twitter at Nerds Gone Rogue. You can follow us on Instagram at Nerds Gone Rogue _official because for some reason Instagram won't let us use Nerds Gone Rogue. It doesn't exist, but whatever. You can check out all of our shows and our content on ngrradio.com. Check out our Game of the Year stuff coming up, and check out our new shows coming soon, which we will announce at a later date. Pretty excited about them. Moose knows about them.
Yeah.
Matt may know about them if he follows the chat, but that's okay. Anyways,
I got a new show I'm working on myself, actually.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh shit! Snappity
Yeah.
snap! Snappity snap, mother truckers!
anyways,
Surprise, motherfucker!
There will be details.
see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, we love you.
Banana and out.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry, Moose.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I haven't touched it in a while, so it'll be okay until I get it fixed. I might have to send it off. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll let y'all know.
Where did you buy it from?
Bought it from a Target like October of last year, so it's already past its year.
Oh, I need a beverage.
One returns, one leaves. It's like we're reducing fractions in here. That's a math joke. You're just looking at yourself like, what the fuck's Matt talking about?
Moose, if it makes you feel better, I was working on the best of Nerds Gone Rogue episode, and I got through 40 episodes, and iMovie decided to update, and during that update, it erased the file I was working on.
Nice.
So I had to start over.
It doesn't really make me feel better because I don't feel like you should suffer because iMovie decided to update on you. But it is what it is.
Then I cried and bought Guacamelee 2 on Switch because it's only $13 this week.
Is Guacamelee 1 on Switch yet?
Yep.
Okay, good.
It's the second night of Hanukkah.
Awesome. Put on your yarmulke.
Put on your yarmulke. It's time for Hanukkah.
Seattle.
Drink your gin and tonica. Smoke your marijuana.
I pulled the trigger on that meme, Matt. I was
On what?
Okay. That meme I put on Alan's page.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was good.
I didn't get to see it.
I'll send it. I'll put it.
It's a nice little black and white picture of him and his lovely girlfriend, and her lips are like right next to his ear, like she's whispering something. What does she say, Moose?
She says, "You love my dick." I put that feeling when you in your ear because he's smiling about it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
I enjoy that meme.
I'm sure he's gonna get me something else coming up soon. So.
He's gonna get you.
Yeah, yes. Damn, there's a lot. I took a lot of ghost pictures.
Ghosts. Oh, you mean the band?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot until I said that. Oh, sorry, guys.
There you go, Corey.
Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty funny. I enjoy that immensely. You have not backed up for 845 days. Thanks, computer. And back up to your secret time machine.
All right, shall we, gentlemen?
No.
I guess.
2 against 1.
Matt, you didn't comment on the thumbnail I used for the podcast today.
I didn't see the thumbnail. I apologize.
I did it for you.
I just shared the link.
I did it for you, man. I did it for you.
Hang on. I'm going. God, here. I'll comment live.
Why? Like,
is it just Hitman?
No, this week's episode or 123.
Okay, hang on.
what's fucking death? Jesus.
What happened?
I said my wife is fucking death.
What?
Huh? Huh? You move to the left.
To the left.
Huh?
Huh?
I don't hear too good no more. See, when I was in
very
the war,
nice. Very nice.
when I was in the war, one of them bullets grazed my ear. Now I can't hear no more. Huh? Huh?
and Moose has reached peak annoyance, so I think it's time to start the show.
Not really. I'm just ignoring you both right now.
What?
I feel like Moose is very tired, and
Yeah, he's spent tonight. Okay,
Look at him.
we'll get through this rather briskly.
No, we're
Okay, Moose?
using every last minute.
Okay, so mind if I start?
I'm waiting on you, man. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.